Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I am John Amos, and Alhamdulillah, I'm a revert to Islam, and Subhanallah, the journey is really interesting in the sense that I'm a person that never give any interest, to never show any interest in Islam. I always believe, and this is what we see in the media, that Islam is barbaric, Islam is violent, Islam is very very oppressive when it comes to women. Islam is all sort of evil things. So I never give it a thought. And in fact, if I was told that I will be a Muslim, I will become a Muslim someday, I would never believe. In fact, I would swear to that effect. But as Allah would want it, I happened to be in a car and with this Pakistani driver, and something led to the other. We started discussing about religion. So he wanted to tell me more about Islam. But then I told him I don't give a damn about this crap. I always believe that Islam is nothing but a crap. And I never gave in any interest, like I said earlier. So but then he insisted, because he had a copy of the Quran, English translated Quran, and he insisted in giving me that Quran, that I should try to take a look. And Islam is not what people say Islam is. So I wouldn't want to be rude. I accepted it because I see him as a kind person, actually. So I accepted it, but then I never really had any interest in it. So when I got home, I just dropped it somewhere. So after 3 years, I had already forgotten that someone gave me a book called the Quran. So I was going through my stuff, and then I saw the Quran. I was surprised that this book is still very much here, and I took the book, out of curiosity. I wanted to see what it says. So I just flip open the cover, and Subhanallah, what I saw was really shocking. It says that this is a book in which there is no doubt. I was like, there is no doubt. What does it mean by there is no doubt? And it further said, a guidance for those who believe. So it rose my curiosity even the more. And then I decided to keep reading, because I really want to know what, this guidance is all about. So I kept reading. And the more I read, the more I find it difficult to stop reading. And subhanallah, may Allah reward that brother, that Pakistani brother. 1 month, just 1 month down the line, here I am a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. And I've gotten to that stage that, I've learned, what is sufficient for me to believe that Islam is the truth. And Muhammad SAW has come with nothing but a guidance to humankind. And if we should uphold this, the Quran, the Sunnah of the Prophet SAW, we will all be guided. So that's the journey, in summary. Well, I am Abu Jahl bin Abu Jahl, and I am an Arab Christian. I used to be a Muslim, so as you can see, I'm now a convert to Christianity. My journey is an amazing one, in the sense that in fact, even more amazing due to the fact that I am an Arab, and my dad is a big scholar in Saudi Arabia. In fact, he is one of the imam in Mecca. Mecca? Yeah, he's one of the imam in Mecca. And in fact, my mother, she's a scholar, a very big scholar. And I used to live next to the door, or next to the house of Osama bin Laden. I remember once I met him and I spoke with him. I wanted to be recruited into his forces so we can go fight in Afghanistan. This is how much interested I am. I want to fight jihad. I want to, fight for the sake of Allah and all that. I really want to be part of those things. But then my mom, being a very soft woman, she wouldn't want me to join the jihad. I would have been in Afghanistan with Osama, but as God would want it, they saw the interest I have, because this is what the Quran preaches. The Quran said we should kill the kuffar, we should kill them, we shouldn't take them as allies, we shouldn't take them as friends. And I've always have this thing in my heart. I really want to fight as much as I can. But then that's all in the past, okay? It simply shows you how barbaric and violent Islam is. But then due to this, they saw that I really love to join jihad. I really want to fight, and it's really scared them. But I was just really trying to follow the Quran, And in fact, when you open the Quran, the first thing you see in all of the chapters is fight the Christians. Do not take them as allies. That's the first thing you would see. So they decided to send me to the West to get some education, and perhaps maybe I would learn one or two things there, and it would take my heart away from joining the jihad. So when I came to the West, I always have it in mind that I would try to convert as much as I can, so we can form our own group here in the West, and we can start our jihad here in the West. But then, as God would want it, the very first family I started with, they told me about Jesus, things I've not heard about Jesus. There back there in Mecca, we always believe Jesus is like a slave, servant, slave. Yeah, that's what we believe. But here they have so much respect for Jesus. In fact, Jesus, is one of the triune God. That's the belief, and this is what we believe. So they told me about Jesus, but then I wasn't buying any of those, any of these things. So when I went home that night was really amazing because I saw Jesus. He came down to me and he sat just next to my bed, and he was talking to me as if, father son relationship. That's what I felt. That was the feeling I had then, father son relationship. And he told me that, why am I trying to break down his church? Why am I doing this? Just like Paul, the dream Paul had, the vision Paul had, mine was similar to that, because I was so aggressive to Christians. That's what the Quran said. And so he said, why am I being aggressive to his people? Why am I trying to break the church? I should, that he would want to use me in his ministry. He would want to use me to call so many other people, from the Arab world. There are so many, Arab so-called Muslims. They are not really Muslims. If you go deep, they are not really Muslims. But then, due to the fact that they will be killed if they come out openly that they are Christians. So they know they will be killed. So that's why they can't come out in the open. But then they truly believe in Jesus. So Jesus is now using me to the Arab world to bring as much as I can to Christianity. And I've been doing well, I would say. So that's in the list. That's my conversion story. I am really from a scholarly family. My brothers, my sisters, they're all scholars. They're all leading in very big, high places in Saudi Arabia. Today, here I am in the West. Doing God's work. Yeah, yeah. That's my conversion story.